Hey everyone. So today, I think I'm just gonna sit down and talk about pretty much everything I've missed that is on the more serious side. Because obviously I've been gone, I made a video explaining what was up. But when I started to kind of like go back and look, okay, here's what I missed. Here's all the dumb shit that Katie did, trying to go after Emily D. Baker again, and just being Katie. There was all of that, but at the same time, there was so much going on that was so much more serious shit happen. And I may as well give my disclaimer now. I'm sorry. I cuss in my videos, so if you have any little ones around, please go watch something else and please come back, because I would love to have you here. But also, this is going to be a very serious video talking about serious topics and things that have gone on. So if any of that triggers you, talking about, excuse me, SA or anything like that, maybe this video isn't the best for you to watch. With that said, I just kind of want to talk about, James Charles, Jake Paul, the David Dobrik / Dirty Dom situation, because trying to, hold on, I gotta get comfortable. There we go. Trying to come back and talk about things that are just not as deep. Like, things with Katie. Like, yes, she affects other people. She has definitely hurt other people. And that's why I felt the need to talk about her to begin with. But it's definitely not anywhere close to the same level as what has been going on everywhere else on YouTube. And I actually filmed a video before this talking more specifically about the Jake Paul situation. But I feel like there's still so much, like all of it, like all of it needs to be addressed together. Even though they're their own individual situations and all of them are equally as fucked up. It's just this overall situation where you've got these famous YouTubers, these huge influencers, that feel that they can do whatever the hell they want. And it's really hard on the internet right now to see that, because whether you're at the top and you're a good person, you're a good influencer, and these people at the same level as you are doing these horrible things, excuse me, that's got to suck to feel that, how can this person be this horrible of a person and be doing these horrible things and be on the same level as you, and are people going to think that you're the same way? And if you're under that and you're down to the size of my channel, seeing these things, it's extremely disheartening and it's hurtful, and you feel like you can't, even just as a viewer, you feel like you can't trust anyone at all. Not that these were like the most trustworthy people and it really blew our minds, but it's very difficult to watch and it's difficult to talk about. And I'm kind of upset that there aren't more people at the top talking about this, because I feel like more needs to be said, especially from people who have been seen in videos hanging out with these people personally. Where are their 45-minute sit-down My Truth videos? I guess because they're not as popular now, that's not a thing. And don't get me wrong, like, I know that I'm sure there's a lot of legal shit involved where it's not as easy to go off and talk about it, but I don't know, I feel like there's just not enough of a response to this. So, just to kind of recap each situation, you have David Dobrik, who had been putting people in positions that they weren't comfortable for his vlogs for quite some time, which is why David Dobrik got a lot of heat on that one. But in particular, there was a night where he filmed these girls being there at a house party where Dirty Dom ended up raping, and I'm going to use those words, raping a girl in the bedroom, and they all pretended to look in or whatever they say they did. Whether they were looking in and saw something or not, that did happen. And I don't give a shit to say allegedly or not. I really don't care. I got nothing. Sue me. Fuck it. But I feel in that situation, like, Dirty Dom didn't get as much of the heat as David Dobrik did. And don't get me wrong, like I said, David Dobrik's been wrong for the positions that he's put people in for the vlog for a very long time. But at the same time, Dirty Dom was the one who raped this girl. And I feel like that was talked about for a good week, and now it's kind of like, meh. So then you've got James Charles, who in the past has been called out for predatory behavior. Now, I've talked about this in a video. He was kind of called out for trying to get straight men to behave sexually the way he wanted them to be with him, a gay man. And of course, they didn't want that because they're straight, and he would try to influence them, and he would push them, and he's very aggressive. From every, like, message and Snapchat and everything that's come out, he is extremely aggressive. And I think his little apology bullshit was exactly that, bullshit. I don't like it at all. I don't think many people did. So that was, he had been accused of that. And then recently it comes out that he was talking to children, literal underage children, as young as 14. And there's proof. There's pictures that he sent to them. There's pictures that he received. Him asking for pictures. Him demanding pictures. Him being extremely aggressive towards these young boys. And so far, not much has happened with that. Excuse me. You know, of course, people have talked about it, and sponsorships have been pulled, but it feels like it doesn't ever go any farther than that. And I don't know how we, as a viewer or smaller channels or whatever, I don't know what do we do? How does this get taken to the next level? Because I've seen literally everyone say, I hope that James Charles, you know, is charged for this, but there's nothing that we can do. You know, it has to come down to the children or the parents of the children pressing charges for anything to happen. And, you know, he's just going to leave the internet and then come back when he feels like people are okay with him again. And because of the fact that he has, like 25 million fucking subscribers, I don't know, I don't watch James Charles, it'll happen. He'll come back. And then that number will just keep going. You know, he really hasn't lost shit compared to what he should. And then, last but certainly not least, and I have to get a sip of drink. Sorry, I've been... allergies have been acting up, or I'm getting a cold. Who knows? Probably both. But then, on top of literally everything else, it comes out that there's this young TikTok girl on TikTok came out saying that she had been hanging out with Jake Paul, and they had went to his bedroom at the Team 10 house. They were making out, and at some point she told him, like, I'm not gonna do anything with you. And according to her, his words were, well, if you're not gonna do anything, then what's the point? Which I could see him saying that. I've had guys say that shit to me. Like, I was very lucky that I've never experienced any sexual assault or anything like that. But I'm in a very, I realize I'm in a very, very small percentage of women who have not experienced that. And unfortunately, my daughter, who is only 11, has already experienced something like that. And I'm going to talk about that in just a minute. But so Jake Paul tells her, if you're not going to do anything, then what's the point? And then at some point, he decides to grab this girl by the head. And again, trigger warning, I'm going to say it as it is. As what she said happened, that's what I'm going to say. So if this is something triggering, please click off now. Jake Paul grabs this girl by the head and shoves himself into her mouth. Forces himself into her mouth. and gets off. There is nothing that sorry, I'm getting really upset. There is no way that someone who could do something like that deserves to have any fame, any followers, any of this shit. But as it stands, he will still be Jake Paul. Nothing will change. You know, he's going to pretend that this is some clout chasing person. This girl is just after money and followers. And that makes me so sick. And I don't know what the hell we're supposed to do. Again, as viewers, as fellow YouTubers or channels or whatever, like, what the fuck can we do? Why are these the people that are on top? It makes no sense. And it does piss me off. And what I was saying again about my situation and my daughter, I'm in a very small percentage of women who have not experienced sexual assault. I'm very small percent. However, the ones who have, once you have, you're more likely to experience that again in your life. That is statistically, I can't talk, statistically proven that once it has happened, it is more likely to happen to you again. That's why many women do experience sexual assault multiple times. And the idea of that, the idea of what my daughter went through, knowing that that can happen again and that it is now more likely to happen again, makes me absolutely sick. And so when I see stories like this, it's more than heartbreaking. It's gut-wrenching, and it makes me sick to my fucking stomach. And then to see these same people get away with this shit and stay at the top with millions and millions of subs and followers and millions of dollars. And, you know, like James Charles's excuse was, well, I hate to admit it, but I guess I have to. I'm desperate. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, are you fucking kidding me? So Jake Paul gets to probably, more than likely, call this girl a clout chaser, say she's after views and money and subscribers. Now you got James Charles over here talking about, well, I just can't find love. That's why I had to ask 14-year-old boys for pictures of their bodies. What the fuck? And then Dirty Diamond David Dobrik, or I can't talk today, we did it for the blog. And that's it. They'll all be back. They all get to continue doing their job, doing what the fuck they wanted to do, making God knows how much fucking money. And for what? These girls' lives and boys' lives have been affected forever. They will forever have to deal with A, what happened to them to begin with, but B, the fact that now they're more likely to have other people take advantage of them. It's sick. And I know my video is more helpful than any other video, because what do we do? What can we do? But at the same time, like, there was no way in hell that I wasn't going to make a video, because I feel like those of us who are talking about it are doing all that we can. We are trying to say something. Maybe if there's enough people talking about it, enough videos made, that, and maybe this shit won't be forgotten, and maybe I'll make a video again down the road reminding people, hey, these fucking assholes, this is what they did. It bothers me. It truly does bother me. And there was no way that I could come back to my channel and just keep talking about Katie and shit she's done. Yes, Katie affects other people, so I do talk about her. But she's also just kind of self-destructive. These people are hurting other people and then getting away with it and continuing to have an opportunity to do it again. And I wish there was more that we could do. I don't know, there's not. But like I said, maybe with enough people talking about it and not letting it go, eventually we can make a difference. And I think that altogether, all of us as viewers need to really... It's hard to say, stick together and not support these people, because beforehand you don't even know that these people are the way they are. And it makes it very hard to trust influencers, especially on their level. And that's why I say I really wish that other influencers on their level would speak out more. And tell the fucking truth about these people. If you're on that level and you've been behind the scenes and you've seen some shady shit, talk about it. But then again, like I said, I don't know. All of this it's too much. And it's too serious to not talk about. It's too serious to ignore. You can't ignore this shit. It needs to be talked about. So I hope you will all understand why I had to make this video first, before talking about anything else. And I really hope that they continue to be held accountable. I don't see that happening. I feel like most of the internet is going to just move on. I hope not. But I also hope that this is the end of shit coming out for a bit. I hope there's no one else and no other situations and no more victims. And real quick, before I go, I need to mention Keemstar's comment. Look, I know that a lot of people are like, Keemstar's a troll and this and that. That's not something you troll. Keemstar made this video, or I don't know if it was an Instagram live or whatever. Who gives a fuck? It was on video saying that, talking about the Jake Paul situation. And he's like, I don't understand the physics. I don't understand it. Couldn't the girl have bit him or blocked it? Keem, you're fucking disgusting. I think we can all agree on that one. He's fucking disgusting. Until you're in a situation where you're being hurt, you're being forced to do something that you don't want to do, don't even try to talk about it. Period, don't. I could go on a whole ass other video rant about what Keem said and everything wrong with it, but he's not worth that fucking time. He's disgusting. He should have never said what he said. And again, he's one of those other people that doesn't deserve the platform that he has. Anyway, I love you guys. I hope that you are all staying safe, and Lord knows I miss you, so I'm going to try to watch a few things today and look at a few different things that I can make videos about that aren't as serious, and try to film that. So I love you, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.